Do the Maple Leafs have their mojo yet? I mean, probably not, but they really needed to win this one. After 4 losses in a row, the Maple Leafs finally managed to get a win 5-2 over the Flyers tonight. So there was a lot that I noticed during the game. For one, the Leafs at times fell into certain bad habits, but managed to break them. I think the best example of this would be the power play. The Maple Leafs' second power play was absolutely dreadful, as it has been often throughout their prior 4 games. It was basically the same story. Players are unable to execute their set plays, they can't break into the zone. It ends up coming down to individuals trying to win battles, and it just doesn't work. However, they made a nice adjustment on their third power play, and they scored, as they would later on. I also thought the Leafs were a lot more responsible defensively, and there was a random play near the end of the second period that I thought really showed this. Near the end of the second, the Leafs were on an aggressive penalty kill. The puck carrier was in the offensive zone, but the PK unit was probably positioned more aggressively than they should have been. If Philadelphia wins this puck, they can get an odd man rush or even a breakaway. I think it was Riley decided to simply pull the puck out of the zone, slow the game down, and that's kind of the opposite of what we saw with some of Mitch Marner's irresponsible plays last game. Even when Philadelphia did score, it didn't feel like the same total defensive breakdowns as we saw previously. They scored really early on, but it was really just a nice shot, not a total collapse play. Even though they went down early, the Leafs also managed to keep the pressure up the entire game. Both the first 2 lines and the bottom 6 were grinding it out. We saw that in particular on one of JT's goals. He had a great game, not only sniping one, but also making a beautiful power move to get in for his second, then another snipe on the third. I won't lie, however, when Philadelphia brought it within 1 in the third, I wasn't sure if the Leafs could do it, but they did. Now, as I mentioned, does this mean that they're fixed, everything's okay? No. For one, I don't personally think Philadelphia is nearly as good as their record shows. I think that'll be pretty clear by the end of the season, but they were also coming off the first half of a back-to-back, with the first game being against the Rangers last night. I will say, though, the team seemed to be in better spirits, the bench especially, and at the end of the game, we saw the team stand up for Matthews, who was kind of just being a pest, which was kind of funny to see, especially because he just looks so greasy with that mustache. But that's all. What did you think of the game? Did you watch this one or the Buffalo game? I'm going to try to put a video out on that also tonight, but we'll see.